The Crimson Keep was playing host to the traveling squirrel folk on their annual pilgrimage to the Bright Fir. They honored the young king with an invite to their Leaf's Fall Festival, the first outsider to be asked to this mysterious gathering in generations. Redgi was pleased to take some time away from battle to experience the wonder of the great golden woods. Amy had taken refuge by an old statue and was getting some much-needed shut-eye. Redgi only meant to wake the bard, but his shout awoke the zombified remains of Mousamoto Muslashi. Mousamoto was a legendary swordmaster. Redgi hoped to get one more lesson before putting him to rest. Mousamoto when he was alive, but now his dual blades had fallen silent forever. Redgi directed Amy to the Crimson Keep, glad to have found her safe. As soon as Redgi set paw in the Hall of Books, he knew something was wrong. Something in the shadows, quieter than a mouse. It was Fang Bu, an infamous warlord known for his brutality with a helmet. finally laid to rest, Eddie scooped up pages of the Book of Immortal Song. With a nod of thanks to Redgi, he scurried towards the surface. After all they'd been through, Redgi hoped the young bards gave a historic performance. Not a horde, but Croakhis Khan. This fearsome Toad King rode his lizard steed into many a battle, but this will be his last. That 1 in 8 frogs can trace their lineage to the great Croakhis. But this old toad would sire no more. With Croakhis defeated, Johnny and Bertle thanked Redgi for his help. Redgi hoped in the future they would find safer and less pungent places to trade. Redgi was wrong. These mudworms could have eaten a cow grub and still asked for was not how Redgi expected today to go. Still, the head of a legendary mudworm to adorn his royal bedchamber would be no small reward. Too late. The Grub King had returned for the culprits and found Redgi and Sap. The Scrapper team thanked Redgi for saving their lives, but were even more grateful to have a fresh corpse to butcher. Redgi sighed. He was just glad there were no more grubs. The Stalker Queen and a fresh brood of eggs. Redgi supposed this was a good reason for the tram being late today. Together, Rat and Mole felled the Stalker Queen. Seb swore to get the tram working again single-pawed, in thanks for Redgi's help. Redgi was just happy to have made a new mole friend. Molehammad Moli made a name for himself with his swift feet and swifter paws. But Redgi could roll like a hedgehog and pounce like a bat. Champion was as light-footed as any dancer of the Bolshevik ballet, but not nimble enough to overcome King Demolition. Redgi's renown in the arena brought challengers from every corner of the known ratdom. From the cold rivers of the north came the brutal Billy Von Dam. this beaver's bite wasn't enough to stop King Demolition, Redgi wondered if he'd gained any fans among the beaver folk. The Grub Buster armor was Molekind's ingenious defense against even the most vicious grub bites. Redgi wondered how it would stand up to his sword.
The plate armor of the Grub Buster suit didn't stand a chance against King Demolition and his trusty sword. Redgi wondered if the moles would make him a Frog Buster suit. The squirrel elder's lifeless body lay on the floor, the priest at his side. Before Redgi could approach, he found out why they were trapped here. This was the nest of the Beetle Queen.
thinking of extra potent bright moss, unaware he almost became the Beetle Queen's snack. Thanking Redgi for the rescue, they headed back to begin the festival. The shrine of the tapped root stood before him, but the root looked damaged. Before Redgi could wonder what had done this, he got his answer. A rootworm, bloated and enraged by Bright Sap. Had been banished from these parts for generations. Redgi had a feeling its presence meant something was rotten in the state of Bright Fir. To Redgi's dismay, the tap was broken. Redgi did not look forward to returning to the Squirrel Elder with no sacred sap and news of rootworms. The frog squatter was none other than General Hack, no better than a common thief looting supplies. The only thing he'd be taking today was his last breath. With the satisfaction of the Frog General dead at his paws, Redgi found the replacement tap. The squirrels would have their sacred sap. Seems he wasn't the only one here for vengeance. Shield Maiden Yellowtongue was waiting, screaming the name of her fallen brother, War Chief Greenwart.
fading echoes of her last croak, Castle Dre was returned to peace. There was a shrine in the room, carved figures of Redgi and his enemies in Bright Fir Forest. The frogs had planned it all to lure him here.
The squirrels of the Bright Fir rejoiced to hear Castle Dre was back to its somber state of peace once more. The Squirrel Elder could start the Leaf Fall Festival at last. Redgi basked in the joy of the squirrel folk, as warming as the golden light of the firs. He reclined in his chair and was honored with a cup of bright sap. Being king has its perks.